Warm welcome to CA Raja classes and thank you so much for joining this mini and micro webinar. Before we get into the discussion, let me just take a couple of minutes to introduce myself. I am CA N Raja, a chartered accountant by qualification, a teacher and trainer by passion and teacher for 3 lakh plus students worldwide. I started my career as a banker with State Bank of India. Then after a period of 4 years, I got into CA practice. I had my practice for 7.5 years. But I realized my calling is teaching. I started focusing on teaching and training, and today with the blessings of God we have 3 lakh plus students worldwide. So now it's time for us to get into the session. First reading skill in balance sheet. So what is the first reading skill we have to develop in reading the balance sheet is understanding the long-term stability of the business. So by looking at the balance sheet, we should be able to understand whether this business unit has a long-term stability. For that, let us go to a balance sheet. See, we know the balance sheet will have first the equity and liability, that is basically the liabilities. Here we'll have the shareholders funds, which is a direct contribution, reserves and surplus, which is an indirect contribution, and there will also be outsiders funds, which can be basically bankers funds and creditors funds. Now understand, the shareholders funds and reserves and surplus are called owners funds, whereas bankers funds and creditors funds are called outsiders funds. Now to understand this long-term stability, we'll take an example by dividing this into three scenarios. We'll do that. So we are going to have only the liability side of the balance sheet, where we'll list out the equity and liability. So we'll have case 1, case 2 and case 3. So I'm going to give you the information about the shareholders funds. Here the shareholder funds is 100, which is a direct contribution, and reserves and surplus is 100, which is an indirect contribution. So we have the total shareholder funds is 200, and outsider funds, the banker funds are 100 and creditors funds are 100. So the total is 200. So here you have a total liability of 400. How is it? 200 of shareholders funds and 200 of outsiders funds. Now we have to understand the long-term stability of the business. Now by looking at this, is it possible for us to understand that? Yes. Come to this point, we have shareholder funds and reserves and surplus. So these two is 200, right? This 200 is out of this 400, right? Yeah, 200 out of 400. So the shareholder funds constitutes how much? 50% of total funds. So the shareholder funds are 50% of total funds, whereas the outsider funds is also 200 on 400, which is 50% on 400. So here you can understand that owners and outsiders are in equal proportion. They have contributed 50-50. Now we'll take case 2. Here the shareholder funds are 100, reserves and surplus is 100, so the total shareholder funds are 200, and the banker funds are 400, creditor funds are 400, and total outside funds are 800. And now we have the total liability, which is 200 plus 800, which is 1000. So here please note, the shareholder funds are 100 plus 100, 200. So 200 on 1000 would give 20%. And whereas the outsider funds are 400 plus 400, which is 800 on 1000, which gives you 80%. So we'll analyze this also after seeing scenario 3. The shareholder funds, that is share capital, is 100, reserves and surplus is 100, so total is 200. Whereas the banker funds are 200, creditors funds 200, total outsiders funds are 400, and total liability is 600. How is it? 200 plus 400, 600. See, now this 100 plus 100 is the shareholder funds, which is 200 out of 400. So shareholder funds is basically how much? 33%. And here the outsider funds are 400 on 600, and it would give the ratio of how much? 67%. So now we have 3 scenarios, and now we can understand the business stability by analyzing scenario 1, 2 and 3. So we are going to analyze about the business stability. In which case the business stability is very poor? The long-term business stability, in which case is poor? Is it in scenario 1 or scenario 2 or scenario 3? It cannot be in scenario 1 because the contribution by the owner is 50% and contribution by outsiders is 50%. So even if outsiders withdraw their support, this business could continue because owners have a sizable stake. They'll be able to manage the show for quite some time. And here it is not as good as in scenario 3, it is not as good as 1. In scenario 3, the owner's contribution is 33%, whereas outsiders is 67. If they start withdrawing the support or if they start asking for the payment, they'll find little bit of difficulty, but it will not be as bad as scenario 2, because in scenario 2 the owner's contribution is only 20%, whereas outsiders contribution is 80%, and these guys are actually running the show. They have funded 80% of their requirements for the business unit and only 20% is from the owner. And if these guys suddenly withdraw the support or if they ask for the payment and if some of their payment is not honored, it is highly possible that these guys will take the company in scenario 2 for a ride for not meeting their obligation. So business stability will be very poor in scenario 2. It will be good in scenario 3, but it will be at its best in scenario 1 because here their level of contribution is high. So this is the concept of understanding the long-term stability by looking at the balance sheet, that is identifying the owner's funds and outsiders funds and identifying each person's share in the total funds. Here the owner fund is 50, outsiders 50, and it undergoes various changes. So higher the owner fund, better is the long-term stability of the business. And if you wish to learn more, I have some good opportunity for you. What is that? Check out. It is this Credit and Financial Analysis Mastery course, exclusively designed for bankers and for those who want to have bankers' point of view. This is a course which we have developed after a detailed analysis, a thorough discussion with several hundreds of bankers and finance professionals. We have identified what is their exact requirement when it comes to SME and corporate credit and financial analysis. In this mastery bundle, I'm going to give you access to various courses. To start with, we have course number 1, Basics of Credit Analysis. In this course, we have explained the basics of credit analysis through various sections, section 1 to 9. Next comes course number 2, that is how to read balance sheet. In this course, we have explained what is balance sheet, how to read them, how to approach them by using real life financial statements. Then comes course number 3, how to do financial ratio analysis like a banker. In this course, we have explained all critical ratios that are analyzed by the bankers, and we have also explained through case studies. Then we have course number 4, how to do cash flow analysis. So through this course you will understand what is cash flow analysis, how to do a typical cash flow analysis. We have used case studies and reference to Ind AS is also included in this course. Then we have course number 5, that is how to do fund flow analysis. This is a critical financial analysis tool, and in this course you will learn what is fund flow statement, how to analyze them from banker's angle, how to prepare fund flow statement from academic angle as well. So overall 5 courses, each 1499. So aggregate price should be 7495, but you are not going to pay that. For you it's just rupees 2499 for 1 year access or rupees 4999 for lifetime access, and it is not yet over. You have some more bonus. Bonus is course number 6, how to carry out credit risk rating for non-trading entities. These are all the topics covered in this course. Then course number 7, it is how to carry out credit risk rating for trading entities. Not yet over. You also have access to course number 8, that is how to prepare CMA report for bank loans. It's a comprehensive course which will run for 8 plus 5 hours, and you will learn entire CMA report preparation process. And course number 9, how to prepare cash budget for bank loans. Course number 10, how to assess fund-based working capital. So in this course, you will understand what is working capital, what are working capital credit facilities and how to assess them, what are the key ratios that are related to working capital, and what are the additional key analysis that will be done by bankers on working capital matters. You will get a comprehensive understanding of cash credit, export finance, and there are certain on-demand videos as well. So 5 plus 5, 10 courses of value close to 15,000 rupees, but you are going to get it for 1 year access rupees 2,499, lifetime access rupees 4,999. Not yet over. You are going to get access to the 11th course, how to assess non-fund based credit facility. So in this course you will learn about letter of credit, bank guarantee, its assessment as well. Then comes course number 12, how to do term loan appraisal and assessment, because it's a complex process with a lot many technicalities. So this course covers all in detail. And course number 13, basic elements of loan proposal. So how a typical loan proposal will be, what are the basic elements that are covered in this course. And we have course number 14, case study on credit analysis, various case studies based on practical experience and discussion with various bankers and finance professionals are included in this course. And course number 15, this is about collateral securities, where you get knowledge about collateral securities. So overall, it's 15 courses of value close to 22,485. It's 1,000 plus lectures. You can subscribe for 1 year access or lifetime access as you wish. These are all pre-recorded courses, so you can access them anytime as per your convenience. You can access them in mobile app or desktop, and for you the price is not 22,485, it is rather 2,499 for 1 year access or 4,999 for lifetime access. You can check the link in description, where without using any discount coupon code you can enroll at this discounted price, because it's a discount applied link. And not yet over, you're also eligible for some more bonus. The bonus is access to various ebooks and e-resources. You are going to get access to various financial ratios ebooks, financial management related ebooks. You will get access to financial analysis related ebooks, credit analysis ebooks. Not yet over, you will also get access to other resources like test series, templates, audiobooks, video books, career guidance material, and a bonus resource. Check the link in description and enroll now.